Hey friends! I'm back with a week 22 update. Super cool, super exciting. Can't believe we're here. I feel like that's the general theme of all of these updates. It's I can't believe we're here. This has been a really big week. I'm gonna have to step out now actually to grab the pictures for, actually I have a picture on my phone. I'll just show you guys the picture on my phone. But we did have yet another anatomy scan this week, take 3. And this time they were able to get all the pictures that they wanted and everything looked good. So officially the anatomy scan portion of the pregnancy is behind us with flying colors. So obviously very happy about that, and of course very happy to get to see little girl again. She's so big. They let us know, and obviously this is not like super reliable as far as sizing, because for example they told us, I think I was like 37 weeks, and they told us that my son was already weighing like 6.5 pounds and he was going to be such a big baby and I might want to think about inducing because he was going to be so big and And then when he was born, 2 weeks later, maybe slightly more than 2 weeks later, he was weighing 6 pounds 9 ounces at birth. So obviously they were wrong. Because that would mean that he didn't gain any weight whatsoever in those last 2 weeks, and pretty much in the last couple of months all baby, or probably even longer than that, all baby is doing is gaining weight. So obviously that was incorrect. And notoriously ultrasounds are really unreliable for guessing babies like birth weight or birth size, in particular when you're in a bigger body, because the ultrasound is not as reliable anyways when you're having to get through extra layers of stuff. That's just a fact. So but in any case, this last week she was supposed to be at like 12 ounces tops, and instead when they measured her in my like actually her, not some hypothetical baby on an app, she was weighing 1 pound and 1 ounce. So she's big. She was actually measuring a week ahead for most things. So this is little girl. I think it's pretty obvious, but there's her little head, her nose, her lips, her little belly. And she had us cracking up because she obviously was doing her little swimming around thing and not wanting to stay super still for the pictures or anything. But then at one point we actually watched her little spine twist away because she was kind of like, oh, I'm over you guys, I'm bored. And she just kind of did one of these and gave us her back and like turned around completely to the camera. And it was just so funny. Like, she's already so sassy. It cracked us all up. So all that to say, the scan is perfect. She's perfect. We're very excited. She's a big, healthy girl. And what else? What else has happened this week? Oh, speaking of being big and healthy, I am suddenly feeling kicks. I think I'd mentioned last week or maybe even the week before that I thought it was weird that I wasn't feeling her all the time, but apparently it was totally normal and but that I was still just feeling kind of like wiggles, flutters, general fishy swimming type movement, but no strong kicks yet. And this week she started kicking in abundance to the point that she scares me a lot of the time because it just comes out of nowhere and it kind of takes my breath away, like, oh okay, no, it's her, there she is. So that's been great. That's been really exciting. I've been feeling her a lot more, like more frequently, and obviously a lot more in terms of like like actual kicks. And again, for the most part they're really low, but she is starting to travel around a little more. I am feeling her in different places, so that's very cool. And my husband says that he felt her from the outside already. I want to believe him and I was really excited when it happened, but it just feels way too early for that to be happening. But he swears it, and like it seems that he did, because he had his hand on my belly and I moved his hand over to where I was actually feeling her, and I felt her kick, and he goes, oh my gosh, that was her. And I was like, yeah, it was. You felt that? And he's like, yeah, I felt that. So I mean, either it was a really good guess or he really did feel her. But like, that's just nuts to me that this early he can already feel her from the outside. Because I feel like that's not supposed to happen until like a month from now. Especially, again, since I'm in a bigger body and there's more padding for her kick to have to get through. But he felt her. We're getting a new couch today. They're actually on their way right now. They just called me to verify our address. And I'm very excited because it's a couch that has like a pull-out ottoman type element to it. So it's almost like the entire couch is like a full-sized bed. And I'm so hype to be able to just get in the couch with all of us and like hang out in a big cuddle puddle watching TV. Not just that, but I'm spending a lot of time sleeping on the couch lately, not because I want to, but because I really don't know what else to do. This week, last night in particular, was extremely miserable. But the last like 3 days, I've had such excruciating upper back pain. And it's because I keep having to sleep on my side. And so I feel like my body is like kind of crunched like this while I sleep. And my upper back is just, I can't sit anywhere comfortably. I can't lay anywhere comfortably, whether I'm on the couch or on the bed. Like, I just can't find any peace. And as a result, I am so tired because I'm not sleeping. Like, as soon as I get comfortable enough to sleep and I pass out, I wake up again because I'm suddenly in so much pain that I have to roll over. And so I'll roll over and I'll be fine for 10, 15 minutes. I'm finally dozing off again. Ow. I wake up, I'm in pain, I have to move. So I've been coming out to the couch just to not keep bothering my husband with my flopping around. And to see if the couch will provide some comfort, because obviously the bed is not making it easy for me to lay or to sleep. And the couch has been, on most occasions, better than the bed for whatever reason, but still not ideal. So let's see now with this new couch, being new, right, and being firmer, being more like flat, etc., and the fact that it has the pull out and everything, hopefully this will be better. I have no idea. But yeah, I'm hoping something gives soon because I'm hurting pretty much constantly and it's not allowing me to sleep. And sleep is very important right now. It's always important, but especially right now. So that's something else that I'm dealing with. Something else that I wanted to talk about too, because my mom actually brought it up. I saw her yesterday and she was like, wow, you are like all belly and you haven't gained any weight, huh? Speaking of which, here's the 22-week belly. I'm actually wearing like these high shorts right now, so I might be compressing things a little bit, but either way, there she is in all of her glory at 22 weeks. And I was telling my mom, actually, I've gained at this point in the pregnancy 25, 27 pounds, something like that. And obviously that's just the beginning, right? Because for the second half of the pregnancy, pretty much the baby's, like the whole point is that the baby's getting bigger. So I'm gonna gain more weight. That's just the natural thing. But I'm not worried about it at all. The same thing happened with my son. I guess that's why she's saying that like with my son, I feel like all of my weight just kind of shifted forward into my belly. So the rest of me looked the same, except I had a obviously much bigger belly. And it's not to say obviously that all the weight gain is happening in my belly, because the baby weighs a pound and obviously the placenta weighs some, blood volume weighs some, etc. But it's not 25 pounds worth. But I'm not worried about weight gain. First off, because nobody has said anything, but even if they had, I wouldn't be worried. Secondly, because even with all the weight I have gained, I'm still not even at the weight yet that I was when I initially got pregnant with my son. And that ended up being fine. With my son, I gained 33 pounds total, and I lost 23 of them by the time I left the hospital. So again, I'm not worried about gaining weight during the pregnancy, losing weight during the pregnancy, or losing weight afterwards rather. But I just thought it was interesting to note that I have gained 25 pounds so far. And I'm not surprised about that either, because up until the moment I got pregnant, I had been eating at a calorie deficit and exercising daily for 30, 45, 60 minutes a day. These days, I am exercising 20 to 30 minutes at a time, 2 to 3 times a week. And I'm eating not garbage. I'm not constantly stuffing my face with crap, but I'm eating what I want to eat and I'm not paying attention to the calories. that usually means that I'm eating Fuddruckers at least once a week. I always get the same thing. I get a hamburger with bacon. I add my own cheese here, my own dairy-free cheese. Comes on a gluten-free bun and fries. At least once a week. That's like my number one craving throughout this pregnancy. I always joke that she's going to come out on a little gluten-free bun. But besides like making sure that I eat at least 4 eggs every day for the choline, making sure that I drink at least 2 or 3 of these every day because she needs the hydration as much as I do. Trying to drink coconut water every day because it's been helping my digestion. Other than that, I'm not restricting anything, obviously besides my allergies, and I'm not aiming for any particular thing. I'm just eating what sounds good to me at any given time, what I have the energy to cook, etc. And I'm totally fine with the amount of weight I've gained so far. I'm totally fine with whatever weight I might gain from here on out. And as a matter of fact, I've noticed that in the last couple of weeks, I've been staying at exactly the same weight. So I think what happened is that my body rebounded, as is natural, after being on a calorie deficit for so long, now suddenly eating maintenance or maybe even slightly higher than maintenance calories. I gained weight. Totally natural, totally normal. But now my body is back to like maintenance and eating, like I'm eating the same I've always eaten, but my body's no longer in like, oh my gosh, hold on to every calorie because we don't know if she's going to go back into deficit mode soon. So I'm just maintaining my weight for now. And again, I'm not expecting that to hold because the baby is going to continue to get bigger, even if I'm eating exactly the same, which is what we want for the baby to get bigger. But regardless, however much weight I gain or whatever, I feel good. I'm a lot more fit this time around than I was when I was pregnant with my son. I'm eating well. I'm eating nutrient-dense stuff. So the weight, one way or the other, is not phasing me at all. So besides the back pain and besides the scan, which I'm very, very happy about, that's pretty much all there is to report, except of course we have new updates because it's a new week, right? So week 22, little girl's as big as Cinderella's glass slipper. Who knows what size Cinderella wore, but there you go. She's as big as an astronaut ice cream package. Haven't seen one of those in a hot minute, so I couldn't tell you how big that is. As big as a woman's running shoe. I saw this a couple days ago and I actually held up my own sneaker to my belly and I told my husband, that's how big your daughter is right now. And we were both kind of just freaking out at that. As big as a large rocket popsicle, which completely seems out of line for the shoe situation, but okay. And she's as big as a papaya, which papayas are pretty large, so that kind of tracks. As far as what she's doing this week, or like what she's up to, still in month 5 of my pregnancy somehow. She's broken the 1 pound mark. We know this because they measured her. And she's at least 11 inches long. I don't know exactly how long I don't know if they measured her actually, like lengthwise during the scan, but, or at least they didn't tell us anything. But yeah, the point is we did our scan at 21 weeks, 5 days, and a lot of the measurements were coming out at 22 weeks, 5 days. So that's pretty nuts. She's starting to practice her grip. And since there's nothing else to grab in there right now, she's probably grabbing onto the umbilical cord. My son did that a ton, and I felt it a ton. And I don't think she's done it yet. I'm pretty sure I would know. But that's something to look forward to, I guess. I also think I might have felt her hiccup for the first time a couple nights ago. I remember my son got hiccups a lot in utero. In particular, when I would forget to eat, he would start hiccuping, and that was kind of my reminder of like, you should go eat something. But in the middle of the night, I felt like a thump, 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 and it happened like 5 or 6 times straight at exact intervals. So the intervals is what makes me think that it was hiccups, but maybe, maybe not, who knows. Sense of sight is becoming more fine-tuned. Now she can perceive light and dark much better than before. So they say that if you shine a flashlight over your belly, the baby will react. That sounds kind of like why would I want to annoy the baby by doing that? So, but that's pretty cool. She can hear my voice, my heartbeat, my gurgling stomach, and the whoosh whoosh of blood circulating in my body. I wonder if she can hear that airplane that's flying overhead right now. Probably not. The uterus is about 1 inch above your belly button now. Yeah, I actually asked, where is my uterus, like where does it end, when we were on this doing the scan, because sometimes I feel her kicking really high up and it feels like there's no way she could be kicking me up there. And she did tell me that, yeah, my uterus is probably like up to here right now. So I don't know what the heck I'm feeling up here, but like maybe she's kicking my uterus and it's moving stuff out of the way. I saw a picture of what my body must look like inside now as far as my organs being pushed out of the way, and I almost puked. They're starting to talk about how your feet might get bigger. My feet did get bigger during my pregnancy with my son. I actually went from a size 9 to a size 10 while I was pregnant with my son, but within a couple of years my feet went back down to a 9. So I know with my mom, she gained like a half a size with each of her pregnancies and her feet stayed that way. And I feel like that's typically what happens. But for whatever reason, maybe my feet just got swollen and not bigger. I don't know. But my feet eventually did get back to normal size, at least with my son. I don't know if that'll happen again, but I haven't noticed any growth in my feet or any swelling for that matter so far with this pregnancy. That seems to be pretty much it. Watch what you say. Baby's ears are beginning to hear and process sounds. Yeah, that's pretty much it as far as the app is concerned. I'm excited because this coming weekend, we're going to go, apparently Babies R Us is no longer a thing, we knew that, but apparently they were absorbed by Kohl's, and this fall, like in the last few weeks, they've been reopening like little boutique type sections of certain stores that have Babies R Us in them. And the closest one to us is actually like an entire county away, but we decided that we were going to make the drive and check it out because I feel like with my son, back then we did have Babies R Us and Bye Bye Baby and like all sorts of things. And at this point in the pregnancy, almost certainly we'd already gone and like started looking around at things, started buying things, setting up registries, etc. And we haven't done any of that for my daughter yet because there is no like baby stores left anymore. So it feels like going to Kohl's and just seeing baby stuff all laid out like this might be the thing that like jumpstarts this experience and makes this feel real for me. So I'm excited to do that this weekend. So we'll let you know how that goes. But that's pretty much it for week 22. So thank you guys once again for being here. And I'll be back really, really soon with another update. Bye.